Okay, we are now back. Okay. I was talking about we picking a steel section for our column. Okay. So, like I said, it's actually in trial and error. You pick your steel section, you analyze and you design. And by the time it fails, you will have to increase the section. Okay. But most times from experience, you'll be able to tell that when you use this particular steel section, it's definitely going to pass. And in most cases, when you analyze and you design, but you don't always use assumptions. You have to analyze and design. Okay. So let me try a section like this. Let me use this section 178.102.19. Now you can see it's giving you a preview of this particular steel that I just picked. Now it's telling you that the breadth, that's B1, H1, your H, your BW, your R1, your R2, and your B2. It's actually telling you based on this particular information here. And you can see the breakdown of this particular steel section that I just picked. Now you can see your H, which is the height, is 170. Sorry, someone is actually calling while I have, let me connect my Wi-Fi. I'm supposed to have connected my Wi-Fi, not my phone network. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, so this is based on this particular section that I picked. Okay. So based on this particular section that I picked, based on this particular section that I picked, now you can see this is telling you the breakdown of this particular section, giving you the information about this section. Okay, the height of the section, the breadth of the section, every necessary information about this particular section is what we are seeing here. Okay, so if I click on OK, if I click on select, I can as well rotate this particular steel section. If I don't want it in this way, if I click on rotate, you can see I have succeeded in rotating this. But even from our plan view, we can as well rotate our steel. Okay. So now if that is correct, I will just click on OK. Now, if I click here, I have succeeded in inserting my steel. If I click here, I have also succeeded in inserting. If I click here, and then I click here. Okay. So let's say that I want to pick a particular beam for this, but before I do that, I'll come to my story here, and then I will click on Insert Story. Okay. So if I click on Insert Story, I'm going to type in the number of stories. Okay. So I'm going to type in for story, and then I will click on OK. And I will click on yes. Sorry, does anybody has a question to ask? It's like someone is about to say something. Somebody wants to say something. Okay,
fine. Not getting it. Maybe if you post the video, we can get more explanation from that. For now, it's just.
Sir?
Sorry.
Someone saying something.
Yes, I was saying that I'm not actually getting the explanation for now. Maybe when you post the video on the Telegram group, so maybe from there I'll be able to grasp all the explanation. But for now, I'm just listening.
You are not really getting it. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, where are you lost? Tell me from where.
From the point of selecting the column section.
Okay. Okay. I started by saying when picking a section, based on experience, you can be able to tell, okay, based on my experience, that this particular steel section will most likely serve. But in your design, you are designing based on trial and error. Now, you picking a steel section does not really mean that this particular steel column that I picked would definitely pass. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes, I'm getting it now.
This steel section of this column that I picked, I'm not telling you that it will definitely pass. There is tendency that by the time I analyze this and design, probably some of the steel column may fail, or some of them may pass, or all of them may pass. But from experience, probably from other designs that I have done, I can just decide from my head that, okay, let me try this steel section. Even when you are doing a manual design, you are trying a section. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes, I'm getting it now.
Even when you are doing it manually, you are trying a section. You will try. And then when you analyze, when you run the design for that particular section, your design will now tell you if it has passed or it has failed. In a case when it passes, then you adopt it. In a case when it fails, then you have to change the cross section of that particular steel. I don't know if I'm making sense now.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So that was exactly what I was trying to explain the other time. So this is the steel section which we have picked. Okay. Then I am going to pick a section for my column. Okay. So let me come to my steel member. Sorry, for my beam rather. Sorry. I have insert my number of stories. I'll come to my beam and I'll click on my beam. Similarly, just like the way I did for my column, I will click here. Are you there? Now, I'm going to pick a particular section for my beam as well, just like the way I did for my column. So I'll pick a section for my beam. So by the time we run the analysis and we run the design, it's going to tell us if it passes or it fails. All right, let me pick a section for my, okay, let me pick for my beam. Let me try a very small section. And then I click on enter. Click on OK. So I'll click here and click here. I'll click here and I click here. Someone is trying to say something. Okay, yes, I'm going to show you the 3D view. I'm going to show you the 3D view. You are going to see it in 3D. Yes, I will do that. Thank you for bringing my mind to it. I'm trying to bring out the picture of what we want to achieve for our design. So I'm trying to connect it with my phone so that I can bring it out from my phone. I'm supposed to have done that since, where a lot of people kept on, those few people who have been having challenge with their software, I've been trying to help them fix it. So that's exactly what took my entire time today. I'm sure by tomorrow it's not going to be like this. Everything will be more organized than what we have for today. Let me paste this here. Okay, nice. Okay, can we all see my screen? We are still seeing it, right? Are we still seeing my screen? Okay, can we see this diagram right here?
Yes, we are seeing the screen.
Okay, are we seeing this diagram?
Yes.
No, we can't see the diagram.
What I'm showing?
No, we are not seeing the diagram for now.
Oh, okay. Let me try to.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, can we see it now?
See it now.
Yes, we are seeing it.
Yes.
Okay, okay, nice. So this is actually what we want to achieve for tonight. So we are going to model this night. Okay. So let's go back to our Protastructure. Can we see my Protastructure? Can we see the structure? Are we there? Okay.
Not yet.
I believe you can see it now. We can see it now, right? Okay. How about now?
Yes.
It's not showing.
Are you seeing it now? Are we seeing it now?
Yeah, it's very clear. You can see it. Yes, please.
Okay, nice. Okay. So at this point, I have inserted my number of stories. So if you look at this picture here, we have. Are we seeing the picture? Now, this is going to be, here is going to be my story 1. Here is my story 2. Here is my story 3. And here is going to be my story 4. This is how I want this to look like. Are we following? Are we following?
Please, some persons are not muted.
See it again. And good.
Are we there?
We are seeing your screen.
Are we there? Okay.
No,
the network wants to start misbehaving this night. I need to know if everyone is following me. So sorry about that. The network, Nigeria, network problem all the time. I believe we can all hear me. Okay, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we can hear you. We can see the screen.
Nice.
Protastructure screen.
Sorry about that. The network.
You can see the screen now.
So here now, I can come to my. Okay, here now I can come to my story, and I'll click on Edit Story. So if I click on Edit Story, I'm going to change the story height based on what I have here. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Okay. So come back here, share my screen. The height 2,500. 2,500. Sorry, this shading is coming from this picture, this diagram here we have. Okay. All right. So after editing the story height, if you come to your view here, or right click on 3D physical model. So if I click on 3D physical model, it's going to switch to my 3D model. So we are going to be viewing it in 3 dimensions right now. So this is how it's going to look like in 3 dimensions. But I always like it to be in both 2 dimension and 3 dimension. You can see this is your plan view. This is your 3D. Okay. So 2D, 3D. So I'll come to my view here and I'll click on tile vertical. So if I click on tile vertical, it's going to be showing me my plan view by this side, my 3D by this side. You can as well switch them. You can move them in a way that your 3D will be here and your plan view will be here. So whichever way, you still achieve the same result. Okay. So let's say right now, whatever I have here, it's actually similar to what I'm going to be having in other stories as well. Like, you know, if I try to measure this, if I right click and click on measure, and I click here, and I click here, it's going to tell me the height of this. So you can see D equals to 2,500. Okay, so you can measure from here. So that means our story height is actually in order. So let's say I highlight all of these members, and then, so you can see one is not highlighted, two columns are not highlighted. So I can as well even highlight from my 3D view. Okay, and then I'll right click, and then I'll click on generate members to other story. Now I'm going to highlight all of these other stories, and I'm going to click on OK. And I'll click on close. So you can see this has been modeled this way. So at this point, I would like to know if you have any challenge or there is a misunderstanding in whatever I have explained from the beginning to this time. Because today it's more like bringing our mind to what you can achieve with the Protastructure.
Engineer Abel. Engineer Abel.
Yes, sir.
Engineer Abel.
Yes,
okay.
I'm with you. I can hear you.
I want to ask a question.
Okay, nice.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with you.
So is the height of the you selected?
Yes, sir.
Ideally, the profile of a universal beam or universal column comes in 12 meters. If you want to fabricate this, you would naturally normally use a 12-meter beam. You won't have to break it into 3 meters. So isn't there a way we can make that column length up to 12 meters? Then we can now fix the beams along the way.
Yes, you are right. Your observation is very valid. Thank you for bringing my mind to it. Your question is very valid. Your observation rather is very, very valid. The thing is, why we actually break this thing in stories is because practically on site, okay, the fabrication, like you said, is Y12, is in 12 meters span, okay? But if you try to, okay, let's calculate this, 2.5, 2.5, this is 5, this is 10, which is not even up to 12 meters, okay? Which is supposed to serve perfectly.
Yes.
But the thing is, in order for you to insert your horizontal brace and your diagonal braces, okay, it's going to be a bit difficult to achieve using Protastructure.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Except in a case where you are using a more flexible software. For example, if you are using a software like, let's say Staad.pro or probably Tekla.
Okay. Probably Tekla. Okay.
Yes, sir. So achieving the modeling it in Protastructure might be of little challenge. Okay, so to achieve that in Protastructure might be of challenge, mainly because of you can see this brace that we are having, our horizontal, then the diagonal brace, which we are also going to introduce in the long run, will be of a serious challenge for us. But the truth is, I've never really tried it. a good one. Let's try it right now and see.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Okay. Someone is saying something.
Yes. I don't know. Can I answer that question? What
yes,
I understand.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
I'm struggling to hear you, sir.
Yes, I said, what from the engineer that asked the question, what he, the 2.5 is mainly for the horizontal member. It's just for us to know the dimension of the, where we can place the horizontal member. During construction, you can buy your 12 meter and we have 2.5 times 4. You can cut it to 2.5 times 4, that is 10 meter, and remove the and keep the 2 meter. But the 2.5 used in the design is mainly is for the horizontal member to know the height, the level where you can place your horizontal member. I don't know whether.
Yes, you're right, sir. You're very correct. You're very correct. You know,
what he was asking is not for the design; it's for the construction of site. He was asking why it still has 12 meter. Why are we cutting it to 2.5? 2.5 is just just for us to have the level for the horizontal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Member.
So the 2.5, why we are using 2.5 is just saying, or will I say, explaining better as to the reason why we are using the 2.5. We are creating them in terms of stories. Okay, in terms of stories because of the horizontal members. Okay, because of the horizontal members. In order for us to insert the horizontal members, because right now from my head, I'm just thinking, which other way can I, if I run this particular column, that means the entire column is going to be on one particular story. Then we have the other members. Yeah, it could still work.
Hello, I have a suggestion, as in an idea for this 2.5. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
I think because of the bracing, we cannot just run twice height. We need to brace the horizontal station at different interval. I think that's why we're having 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. For it to just run from the base 12 meter or 10 meter up is not too safe. Because of wind load and the load that is going to be on top.
Okay. Yes, you are right. I think everybody, all our observations, but I think what the first engineer was talking about was how that practically on site, your column, your steel member, normally it's actually 12 meters. I think even for reinforcement, it's also 12 meters. But sometimes even that 12 meters is not even up to most times. So it's safer to even design assuming 11 meters, because in the long run, when you measure it, it's even always not up to. So, but let's say it's 12 meters. You have your column 12 meters running all through. Then you have your brace at 2.5 meters. I think that's his what do you call it? I think that's what he is trying to talk about. But me, I'm just trying to think in my own head now how to achieve that using Protastructure, because different ideas, which is also very great. I think it's still achievable based on his observation. It's still achievable. I'm just trying to bring my head to it now. It's still very, very much achievable. I'm enjoying the class right now. How that is interactive, we're sharing ideas, is very important. It's very important. If I pick this orthogonal axis and I drop here, I want this in 3 meters. In 3 meters. Can I get this in 1-1? I think I should be able to get this 1-1. Okay, nice. So I have this here now. That means I will have to do away with what I have here already. Okay. Sorry, I just want to take out everything. Someone is trying to join. Okay, so everything is empty now. So at this point now, is this achievable? Just trying to think. No, it's not going to be achievable. No, I don't think it's achievable. I don't think it's achievable using Protastructure right now to make this column to run 10 meters. It's not achievable. I'm sorry, it's not achievable. So all we need to do is to Control Z everything. But it's an assignment for me. I will have to go back and probably play around with it and see if I can achieve it just the way he's suggesting, running it all through from the ground now, the entire full length. Okay, I'm still going to go back from my own end and try it on my own. It's showing me probably around 4 minutes for this particular meeting to end as well. So, but to just go over everything that we have done, we have understand how to create our axis, how to insert our columns, and you can as well even rotate your steel column. If you don't want it in this particular order, you can actually rotate it this way and it will be rotated. So you can see our column has been rotated, but I'm going to use my Ctrl Z to actually bring it back. Okay, so you can rotate your column. The next thing which we are supposed to do right now is to insert our brace. Okay, so I'm going to advise all of us to try to update your system windows because you are going to be getting a lot of errors if while using the Protastructure 2022. If your Windows is not updated, there are some errors you are going to be having because I just discovered that. So there are errors you are going to be having, most especially when you are trying to insert brace. Okay, so if you are trying to insert your brace for your steel, so to insert your brace, you are supposed to click on brace, click on one column, click on the other column. You're supposed to insert your brace. So you can see I'm having an error message. Unhandled exception has occurred in a component in your application. So this is, I will have to troubleshoot this to figure it out. Most times is when your Windows updates, so you can try it on your own as well in your system. Most times is when your Windows is probably not up to date, or there are net frames that are actually missing in your system. So that is why it's important while you are installing the software, you should actually make sure that you check all the net frames that is actually suggesting for you. You have to check all of them in order for them to be installed in your system. But I'm going to fix this particular error this night because we cannot achieve a good result without having a brace in our steel. But for those of you that have this Protastructure, make sure you try it. In order for you to fix your brace, just go through all that we have done today. In order for you to fix your brace, is just to click on your brace, click on one column, click on the other column, and it will be inserted. Click here, hold on Control, and click on the second one. We are supposed to have a brace like this. But let me try to click on a beam and see if I'm going to get that particular error, because I've been having this error and I've been trying to fix this error. I have to fix this error or else I will not be able to proceed. Let me try